Welcome to the Superhero Hub, and today is a very special topic up for discussion. Today, I'm Sam.
I'm not.
For today only. Today, I'm Sam. Most other days, who knows? But today, we're going to be discussing
Everything wrong with Gotham.
my friend's favourite TV show. Tunes in every week, loves it, salt of the earth, no better idea for a TV show in his opinion. Me, I'm a little speculative, but I'll hit you with the deets, the 411, the skinny. Basically, this show is about, if I do remember rightly, a Gotham. It's about Gotham. It's about the city of Gotham before Bruce Wayne turns into Batman. Now, I know some people have an issue with that. Some people have a full on predilection, to put it
What
kindly.
does that even mean?
People who know, and people who don't know still know it. It's a pretty interim word, but
I don't know.
have a predilection to
I'll
say.
tell you what I do know. Gotham without Batman, stupid.
See, that's the point I was trying to make. See, now you know what predilection means. This moron. So go on then. Go on then.
No, you've
Tell
seen the
the
show
people
at
how
least.
much
You
you
tell
hate
me.
Gotham. Just
I
tell
don't
them how
hate
much you hate
Gotham.
him.
I just think the idea is stupid.
Uh,
Why? Why have a show about Batman without Batman being in it?
See,
Makes no sense.
technically, Bruce Wayne's a supporting character, so
Yeah,
basically, it's kind of building the universe. You know what I mean? Because you can go into a Batman film or whatever Batman film, and all you're getting is those characters at that moment. This more builds up over a number of series, so not only just seeing a character at one phase in their life, you get to see them in many phases of their life, and it's a linear storyline. So you get to see multiple villains and their build up to where they get to. I mean, so much to say, it's not kind of like, say you have like the Riddler, you have him start off as kind of like a forensic examiner, then you see him slowly, his mental condition begin to deteriorate. He has a little dabble as a Riddler, you got the little spray paint green question mark, you got that, then he accepts that you want to know that something's not quite right within himself, and that is going to turn into this kind of game playing murderous kind of Riddler character. So you get to see the kind of degradation of his mental state over the course of multiple seasons. You get to see him slip further and further until you know somewhere down the line he's going to turn into the fully fledged Riddler that you know and love. Akin to the Penguin as well. Humble umbrella holding boy to the mob, and then slowly begins to matriculate himself, get more powerful.
I'm about to die of boredom.
What do you mean?
I don't need an origin story for every Batman villain.
Oh, what? No, I'm not. I'm not giving it to you. I'm just
No,
explaining.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the damn show.
Oh,
I don't need it. I don't care. Some of them, yeah, a bit of an origin, yeah. The Killing Joke, I'll read that. But I don't need to watch 5 seasons worth of it. No, thank you.
so I think there's going to be at least 10 seasons of this. I mean, it's a
Oh,
hit show.
it's
Hit
still
show.
alive.
Hit show. I mean, every episode. Most episodes are good. There's a pretty iffy things, but I think they kind of resolved it. I think they realise where it's going iffy, and kind of when it gets to the point just before you're like, they kind of cut it off and move on to something else. See, there's a lot of it's like in education. It's like Smallville. You know what I mean? You watch Smallville, you see Superman, you see all these characters pop up, and then you get to see maybe villains you wouldn't normally see in a film. Okay, albeit there's only been about 6 films, but over the course of that, you had Darkseid pop up, you had Doomsday pop up, Brainiac, General Zod. You see all these characters, and like lesser known characters as well. I mean, at one point you had the Suicide Squad in there, Deadshot. So it's kind of like it's it's like with any show of them lines, it's kind of educational because you get to see characters from the comic books that you wouldn't normally see in any other media like film or something like that. You get to see these characters, you get to see them more than once, whereas for a film you probably only see them once for like the course of the film, however
Yeah,
long
but
their
at
screen
least in
time
the
is.
film, they're fighting Batman. Jim Gordon, who cares?
Well, Jim Gordon technically don't fight him; he just arrests him.
Ah, well, who the hell
Yeah.
does fight him?
Well, it's a good thing anyway. Technically, it's not about. It's kind of they're fighting within themselves. There's internal conflict as they kind of discover who they are in the path of life, and then decide. You want to know what? This is a person I'm going to be. I'll accept it. At which time they ascertain their destiny, and at which point Batman will be ready to do what he needs to do. Now, I think the problem, I'd say, because we're saying everything wrong, I'll give you the rundown. I've hit you with the skinny. There is maybe a couple of characters that maybe you think, yeah, they are a bit iffy. But I think it was,
Fish Mooney.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, she's got powers now. She's kind of vanished. I
she
mean,
has powers. That's even
yeah,
worse.
she's. But I think bringing them back from the dead was good. But I figure, because I think the purpose of that for the storyline, it was it served as a purpose to bring more characters in, because you had Basil Carlo that you hadn't really seen before, like it for.
Clayface?
Yeah. You had him. He wasn't in it before. Then all of a sudden, it turns out he's one of the characters brought back to life, and obviously he's got this like clay ability now. Like he has to put wigs on and stuff, but he can morph his face and like his voice into pretty much anyone. So you saw in the latest episode how he mimicked Penguin's dad to kind of give him put the frightness up him, so to speak. So I think the purpose of them killing Jerome was to obviously bring him back. Now, I think if you're going to do that, the way I think maybe they chickened out a little bit. I think they were thinking, "I know, we'll have Jerome, we'll have him killed. Then when we bring him back, as a result of bringing him back, that's how we stain the skin. That's how we give him the green hair, as opposed to the." Maybe whatever other way he would have, because the only actual kind of explanation for that would be when he falls into the ace chemicals and gets like his skin stained and stuff. But it's very rare he just turns up like that, and there's no actual, apart from the ace chemicals thing, another reason as to why his hair's green and his skin's bleached white. So what's your issues with that?
I hated Fish Mooney. I understood her purpose initially was to get the Penguin to where he needs to be, but she was a terrible character. I don't know what show she was in. It seemed she was in the Adam West Batman, the performance she was giving. Terrible. I like the Batman, the Bruce Wayne Alfred relationship, but he's a little boy. He's a little boy surrounded by his villains, who are all becoming villains.
But there's kind of no interaction between them. There's rarely any interaction. The only interaction you've kind of had with their villains is Talon, but is dead now. You have a tiny bit of interaction between him and Penguin, like really very small. You got a lot of interaction with Theo Galavan, but is out of it, so there's no really
I
reason
don't care
for it.
who he's talking to. I care that they're there.
No,
I care that Mr. Freeze is running around in Gotham.
yeah,
Before there's a Batman, I care that this Jerome guy is the Joker.
yeah,
Why
but
is there a
what?
Joker
So
before
so
there's Batman?
so okay, so well, that has to happen anyway, because you
It
can't
doesn't.
what? So Bruce Wayne's not the point of Bruce Wayne is like is in Gotham, and there's like crimes rampant. You've got all these supervillains,
Yes.
as it were, and he decides he's going to tidy it up. So
No.
so what you would prefer, as opposed to him being aware of them over a long period of time and then be like, right, enough's enough. You want him to just wake up one morning and be like, right, I'm going to fight them all. I'm going to find these people. I'm
That's
going to go fight them all.
he didn't.
No,
He did
because
not leave.
they
He
had to have
did
been
not.
a
No,
viable
no.
threat
He did not
over a
become
number of
Batman
years for him to
to
go out and
fight
get
the
them in the
Joker.
first
No,
place.
he doesn't. He did not become Batman to fight the Joker and the Penguin and Two-Face. He became Batman to fight Joe Chill and people like him that just so happened the crazy
Yeah,
supervillains came afterwards. Yes,
criminals,
criminals.
super
Not
villains are
Joker.
criminals.
Not Mr. Freeze. No.
But okay,
No,
you want him to
stupid.
fight criminals, but you don't think mass murder's a crime. So you think, oh no, I'm gonna go slap
When
up
did I say
muggers
that?
and I'm gonna go. I'm
When
gonna
did I say that?
no. But you're saying he became Batman to fight Joe Chill and stuff like that, not the Joker.
Yes, as in
So what you're
crime. In
saying,
crime, we
you
should
would
never
want
really
him,
stop.
you
That's
would
the
want
point.
Batman to go around and like slap up purse thieves and just leave serial
No,
killers and murderers
that's
and
not
mob
what I'm
members
saying at all.
alone.
You're just inferring that to be a prick.
Okay.
What I am saying is that he became Batman to fight crime,
Yeah.
not to stop supervillains. He didn't see the Joker shooting people on TV and think, oh, I know, I need to stop this.
What?
Oh,
So he turns a blind eye.
what are you talking about? There is no Joker
No.
before Batman. That's the damn point.
The thing is, the way you've got to look at this show is you're very Batman orientated. But the thing
It's
is,
Batman.
the synopsis for the show is Jim Gordon and his struggle with keeping the streets clean before Batman. So
Which is
Batman's out
also
the
my problem.
picture. This is Jim Gordon. This story is about Jim Gordon. Not
Jim
Bruce Wayne just
Gordon
happens to be
should not be
there.
fighting the Joker. Bruce Wayne can't just happen to be there. It's
Well,
Batman.
it's in the
The
same
entire
city.
thing is
It's in the
this is
same
like saying
city,
this is
and
like
Bruce
saying
Wayne's a prominent
having a
member.
show where there's Daleks and Cybermen running around, but there's no Doctor. Stupid.
Well, yeah, because
Yes,
there was
just
a
like this
there
Bat
was
show. Yes,
there were Daleks existed before Doctor Who. You know,
yes.
they didn't just pop up. You know what I mean? They didn't come from Doctor Who's womb. You know what I mean? There's a planet of Cybermen. There were Cybermen before the Doctor bumped in and met them. How were they there?
They were no Daleks before Doctor Who because Doctor Who was created as a show about the Doctor and everything came from that. Batman is a comic, everything comes from Batman. You do not have a show about Batman. It's stupid.
What? So what you're trying to say is, right? You got the Batman comics.
Mm.
So everyone in the Batman comic. So how can there be any flashbacks? Because
What are you
there
talking
can't
about?
be any flashbacks to any other characters because at that moment, the second Batman arrived in Gotham, all of a sudden mothers were pushing out 30-year-old children who had jobs and lives.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying the story all centers around Batman, and it does.
It
It
does.
just does.
It's about
Of
Jim
course it
Gordon.
does. How
Bruce
can
Wayne.
you not do
Okay,
that?
okay. So we
Jim
cut.
Gordon is a Batman character.
So we cut Batman out of it. Bruce Wayne's not in the show. You have Bruce Wayne and you have all these other characters. Would you prefer that? The problem is Bruce Wayne.
No,
Everything wrong.
I prefer it if Bruce Wayne was
Not in the
7 years
show.
older. I prefer it if he was 7 years older.
Everything wrong with Gotham viewers is that Bruce Wayne's in the program. If Bruce Wayne wasn't in the program, it'd be fine. It'd be more acceptable, apparently. Now I know you've got a big issue with the character timeline, so let's hear about that.
What do you mean?
The fact that there's apparently going to be a Harley Quinn.
Oh, yes, yes, that annoys me too. You're going to build up the Harley Quinn and Joker relationship before Batman's there. How does that work? How can he have an obsession with Harley Quinn before he does with Batman?
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to build it. You want to know what these people were around before Batman. Batman didn't, you know what I mean? The second Batman turns up, all of a sudden, Penguin goes from not existing to his mum bending over the table and squitting out a 30-year-old penguin and being like, oh, I'm 1 day old. I know I'm gonna have a crime syndicate under my belt. You know what I mean? Like the point of Gotham is that the fact that before Batman existed, these are the things that were happening in Gotham. These were the characters, you know what I mean? They didn't just automatically. Mr. Freeze didn't automatically wake up one morning and decide to build himself a suit in 1 day and then just go out freezing
Now,
people.
my problem, I don't mind Mr. Freeze having worked as a scientist, having been working on the freeze technology before Batman shows up. My problem is him wandering around in Gotham with the technology as Mr. Freeze before as a Batman. Stupid.
I think you have some very strong opinions. What other issues are
I
there?
don't like Barbara.
Oh no,
She was annoying. Although I hear she's like become like a supervillain or something now. Is that better?
I wouldn't say supervillain. She just kind of laughs a lot. She's kind of just like, she's like, I think I'd have to, if I was to describe her, she's kind of like a female penguin, only like not as good. She's like where she was. She's left Jim Gordon. Now she kind of runs a club, and she's kind of. I think she's fixated on becoming like on leading Gotham with Tabitha. But the only problem is, it's like, yo, I think she needs to be killed.
Who's Tabitha?
Tigress. Come on, you know who Tabitha is. The Tigress. Tabitha
Just
Galavan.
although we are doing everything wrong with the show, just so I don't seem like a complete negative Nazi, I will say I liked the guy who played Penguin. I thought he was pretty good. Um, I liked Gordon and Harvey Bullock. Thought they worked pretty well together. Other than that, I hate the show.
Okay. I think what they mainly need to they need to like. I think there has to be. I think as well as it being a kind of prequel to Batman, I think it makes sense that they're kind of pushing Bruce Wayne in directions. You know what I mean? His parents have been killed, and now he feels like I don't. He knows physically he's not ready to fight crime, so he's getting himself in a position where he can kind of, because this is all before the League of Assassins and he gets professional training, so he's taking up the boxing, he's going around, is like getting his feelers out, he's getting a feel of actual Gotham City, because he's been living on the outskirts of the town, and now because of his interactions with people like Selina and all these characters, he's getting more into the murky side of Gotham that he might not have been aware. The only time, like he has lived an oblivious life up to the point where his parents got killed. Now all of a sudden he's going around Gotham, he's meeting these characters, he's getting a feel of the kind of underbelly of Gotham, and now he's kind of like, you want to know what? There is a crime problem. I know I'm young, so I'm gonna have to. I'm getting established with the city. I'm getting to know the people. You know what I mean? I'm making notes. I'm training. I'm boxing, so that one day when I'm older and I'm ready, I'll be able to go into Gotham with some sort of experience, as opposed to going in there babe in the woods, not really know what I'm doing. No, it just so happens that obviously he gets taken under the wing of the League of Assassins. Then all of a sudden he goes from, because to be honest, with the training he'll get, normally, I mean, what he'll be able to like box and maybe kick and something like that. He won't really know anything else. So by going to the League of Assassins, all of a sudden he's taught how to knife fight, how to sword fight, how to kind of dodge that, counter it, how to throw people about, how to grapple with how to do jujitsu, ninjutsu, to hide in the shadows, use fear stuff. So that's kind of, if he didn't go to the League of Assassins, Batman would be he wouldn't be able to deal with anyone short of crime fighting and stuff like that.
I think with that kid, I thought he was pretty good. I have a problem with him,
So if I was the producers, I'd be praying that kid gets tall.
but
I'd
this is
want
what I was going to ask.
that kid must be
What
sweating as well. He must be
if this
thinking,
show
oh, I've got to be
goes
tall, because if I'm short,
as long as even not even just the short thing. If the show goes as long as you think it will, what if he just doesn't look like Batman? What if he's just like a scrawny kid with a squeaky voice?
um, no, because
Do you recast him?
I figure his voice has dropped already. The problem, you can't say scrawny in that, because
Of course not.
all the kid needs to be is tall. If he's tall, it's sorted, because then the kid can just get on a regime. The producers can get him on a regime like they do with anyone, where it's like, go to the gym, build up, and then just put on a muscle. You know what I mean? Because the suit, and in terms of putting the suit on, that kind of, that gives him enough definition that all he needs to do is be like kind of well toned and have big arms, and then the suit pretty much does the rest. You know what I mean? A tight suit does the rest, and you can define within the suit the six pack and the rippling arms. So it's like there's no problem with him. I mean, I figure he'll be handsome.
If I was in charge of the show,
But you got to remember,
and bear
people.
in mind Bear in mind, I would have the power to end the show, but say I choose not to. I would do a time jump
I think you want me to be Bruce Wayne.
and recast the role. I'll go about 5 years. How old will that make him then?
I think I should be Bruce Wayne.
How old's the kid now?
So I don't know how old the kid is, but let's take for instance in the show. See, that's a big issue, the age of the kid. But I mean, if you get,
Yes.
um, I'd say he's about what? He's got to be about 14, 15. I'd put him about 15 because the thing with
15?
Gotham,
Really?
in between seasons there are jumps of like 6 months because at the end of the season, like it generally always starts with Jim Gordon wallowing in self-pity. So I know this season it ended with all the people escaping, all the monsters escaping out the back of the truck, and then this season started like I think of a jump of about like a few months after that. Now that can be enough to, because there are no episodes with like Bruce Wayne's birthday. So like in season 1 there ain't an episode where it's like, oh, happy 13th birthday Bruce. There's none of that stuff. It's only when it's mentioned. So through the passage of time they could come out next episode and say, oh, happy birthday Bruce, oh, I don't feel celebrating my birthday, and it's like, oh, it's your 16th, and no one's going to bat an eyelid. You know what I mean? It's all about the kid. When the kid's 20, as long as he looks like, you know what I mean, if they tell you he's 20, he's 20. All he needs to be tall and have muscle, have his shirt off a bit so everyone knows that he's like well built, and then they can just chuck him off to the League of Assassins. Then you can have flashes between Nanda Parbat and Gotham. So why Batman's away, obviously it's going to focus, because think, like if they were doing a TV show about Batman while he's in Gotham, no, while he's in Nanda Parbat training with the League of Assassins, it makes sense to have flashes to Gotham. So while he's away doing his stuff, like it's got to show like the degradation of the city and all these people build up anyway. So it's got
Yes.
to have,
But,
while it's in
sure,
Nanda
but that's
Parbat,
different.
the Penguin's building up his troops and like building up his army. You'd have Black Mask with his connections. You'd have Joker like just blowing stuff up.
No.
Yeah.
No
It
Joker
needs to
before
be
Batman.
crime ridden to the point where it's not like he's going to go around, slap
Crime
at one
Ridden
person
doesn't
and
mean
crime's
fill
obliterated.
this entire rogues gallery. Every Batman villain running around while he's 14 years old.
Not every Batman villain.
Stupid.
The Court of the Owls is a good
Joker.
idea as well because they're secret society.
Yeah.
You've got to have them in there. You got
Court of the Owls.
You
Dick
gotta have them.
Grayson's been
You gotta
born
have
yet.
them manipulating events. You can't have Batman like first day of the job or whatever. He comes up against the Court of Owls, and then they say, "Oh yeah, we've been manipulating things for years, and that we've always been like a secret society," and then not have them in a prequel TV show where they're going around doing this stuff. You
Of
have
course
to,
you can. What do you even need the Court of Owls for anyway?
because they're the Court of Owls. They're up to stuff. You know what I mean? It's like Bane hasn't showed up. You've had references to
Oh,
a
wow.
vague reference to Venom, but obviously you haven't had anything in Santa Prisca. You know,
Who cares about Bane?
maybe one day he goes for a holiday and he comes across his prison and meets Bane, but he doesn't know he's Bane yet,
Awful.
and that brings him into to come to Gotham to meet his good friend Bruce Wayne, who took pity on him, but Bruce Wayne don't want to know. Because
What,
Bruce
then he
Wayne's
breaks his
away.
back?
So Bruce Wayne's away, so he's like, oh, Bruce Wayne's annoying. Yeah, no, he breaks Batman's back. Okay, he's a little pissed off at thing, but you'd think that, like, taking Venom leads to the degradation of him getting pissed off.
No. I think there doesn't need to be a Bane when there isn't a Batman.
Well, there isn't
When
a
he's a
Bane.
little boy.
There isn't a Bane. Yeah, but Bane had his issues beforehand, so to put him in a prequel, you know what I mean?
Who cares about Bane?
He's a big character.
No, he's not.
He's the top 5 Batman villain.
No, he's not. He's
Yeah.
had one great story where he broke his back. After that, it's been bloody useless until he was in Suicide Squad or whatever. No one cared about Bane.
You have Scarecrow in there as well as a little boy.
Alright, I don't mind that. That's different. That's okay. He's a
Yes,
kid. At least he's not a scarecrow. I don't mind that.
yeah, but how can you say that's okay? Him messing
Because
up.
he's a child.
Yeah,
He's not. He's not the Joker running around killing people.
yeah, but Joker
When
can only.
Batman's a little
I
boy.
pretty much figure Joker's only like 1 year, maybe 2 years older than Bruce Wayne, and that's
He's
how
the
it.
Joker.
That's
He's the
how it is
Joker.
anyway.
He's the Joker.
Yeah, why can't he be a
Yeah.
couple years older
Before
than Bruce
Batman.
Wayne?
No, my problem isn't him being older. My
Technic,
problem is him
technic,
being the Joker before
technically,
Batman is Batman.
technically, is not the Joker until he says he's the Joker. Until people,
Technically, bullshit. Is he cackling? Is he laughing?
yeah,
Is he a homicidal maniac?
there's only killed a couple people.
That makes him a homicidal maniac.
No, you got to kill at least double figures before that.
No, he's a homicidal maniac. He's cackling. He's the
Yeah, but
Joker.
that's like saying Penguin's a homicidal maniac. Penguin's killed way
He
more
is.
people.
Penguin is a homicidal maniac. He just dresses in a nice suit and calls himself a businessman. Still a homicidal maniac.
So you have no issue with him. Um,
No,
do
Penguin's
do
right.
you have an issue with Hugo Strange being about?
No,
He's the
not really.
director of Arkham Asylum and is bringing people back from the dead. He's
Bringing
experimenting.
people back from the dead bugs me a little.
He's also under the influence. He works for the Court of Owls. What's your issue there?
I don't hate the Court of Owls. I just don't think it's necessary. But whatever, fine. If that's what they want to do. Hugo Strange doesn't really bother me in himself. He's always looked like an older dude. I imagine he'd be off doing nefarious things before Bruce was Batman. That's fine.
Well, there
I
you
don't
go, and this is what
bring
Gotham's
people
showing, and
back.
you've got an
No,
issue with it.
no, there's a difference between Hugo Strange and the Joker. A big difference.
Okay.
The Riddler, don't really dig that, but okay.
You got Firefly in there. She's a girl. She's tortured by her brothers, and then she goes around trying to help people. She's got a gun, a little flamethrower, and then she gets in trouble with the police. And then one of the police shoots the back of her thing. She catches fire, and then her suit molds to her, and that's why she's fireproof. What's your issue with that?
I haven't seen it.
She
Okay,
hasn't.
so
She
sounds
hasn't got.
lame.
She hasn't got her flying equipment yet, but she's got a flamethrower, and she's, for all intents and purposes, fireproof. You've got the Mad Hatter in there, Jervis Tech.
Oh. What do you need the Mad Hatter for? Mad Hatter's lame in the comic books anyway.
Who else have you got? So I'd say that your main issue is the time and plotline, but I don't think many people. Okay, maybe more comic book fans feel that, but I think they can just explain it away, like not be too bothered by it, by the fact it's well structured and it's got storyline. But your
I
main
don't think
issue.
it does though.
Okay,
It's not just because they're changing things from the comic books. That has to happen. It always has to happen. It's because I just think it's nonsensical. I think it's stupid to have a Batman show without.
But it's a Gotham show.
It's Batman. Gotham is Batman. Batman is Gotham. You don't have one without the other.
Okay, so if you cut Bruce Wayne out and the Joker out, you'd be fine.
Well, not really, but
Why not?
it's still a Batman show about Batman.
No, because Batman's not in it. Batman's not in it. Batman's not referenced. Bruce Wayne's not in it. Bruce Wayne's not mentioned. There's no Joker.
Then it gets to me like that stupid Metropolis thing I keep hearing about. Who wants that? Krypton, yeah. Who wants that?
Well, yeah, that'll be good because it'll have designing the Phantom Zone. It'll have General Zod before he turns. They'll probably paint General Zod as like a good guy.
Zod. It's not General Zod. It's General Zod's mother or aunt or some crap. It's not General Zod.
No, but by the time Superman's born, General Zod's already like 30, 40 years old. So how can it have General Zod's mother and father? It'd have to be General Zod as like a teenager.
It's about the generation before, or the generation before that. I think it's about Jor-El's grandfather or something.
I thought it was about Jor-El.
No, it's not about Jor-El. Jor-El's not the lead of the show. It's not about Jor-El and General Zod. That's a bunch of other Kryptonians before them who don't have superpowers.
I know they don't have superpowers because they're on Krypton, moron.
Exactly.
Don't take me for no
Yes, but
idiot.
not everyone does know that. For the point out for you, Tetchy.
Right, can we move back to Gotham, players?
No. Do we have
Right, so that pretty much wraps up this episode of Everything Wrong with Gotham. So
Yes,
apparently, in my friend's mind, except for the hot girls, he doesn't like the show.
I
So
don't, although apparently I've just
I've tried to offer a positive point of view. I've tried to explain these things. I've laid it out as simple as possible. I've noted the best bits. I've noticed how it works, and my co-anchor here is stuck in his ways.
to each their
His
own.
old school.
If you love the show, good for you. Not for me. However, for some reason I have agreed to start watching it, so look out for that.
Okay, so we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Yeah.
I've been Sam. He's been
I've been Matt.
egregious, and we'll see you in the next episode.